individual strength, their bravery, their talents, or their life experiences. I first met Jake in the summer of 1999 when I was 12 years old. For the past 20 years, I've never known anyone who can compare to the amount of strength and bravery that Jake has. Jake has come face to face with just about every obstacle in life imaginable and has overcome all of them to where he is today. What was your life like in the first 10 years?
Well, it was very chaotic, nail-biting, challenging, but overall it was confusing. To this day, nobody can understand why I had to go through what I went through as a kid. If I was born healthy, then why did I have to have a major seizure at 6 months old? Why did I have to suffer from seizures for 10 years? Why was I diagnosed with cerebral palsy at 18 months old? And why did I have to suffer 3 strokes before I was 10 years old? I can't tell you why. My family and friends can't tell you why. Doctors can look at all the charts they want to, but they can't tell you why. The only one that can tell you why is the Lord. I was born in a blue-collar family on May 10th, 1990. I was the second and last baby my parents had together. I have an older sister and an older half-brother. My dad was a long-haul truck driver and my mom worked as a customer service rep at a car selling lot. After my first seizure, doctors and medical workers told my family that they needed to put me into a hospital for mentally disabled people and move on with their lives. That really ticked off my parents. My mom snapped at all of them and said, "Heck no! Are you kidding me? No! He is our son and we are going to take care of him." When my parents made that choice, my mom quit her job to be with me full-time and take care of me. Over the next year, I wouldn't only have a major seizure every 3 months, but I would have little seizures in between the big ones. Then, when I was 18 months old, I suffered a seizure so violent that it caused me to have a stroke. Following the stroke, according to doctors, my chances of making a full recovery, that big. But my family didn't think so. After a little over a year of fighting through therapy, I was able to make a full recovery. But over the next few years, it got tougher. Numerous hospital stays, doctor's visits, and my mom being told by doctors I wasn't going to live past certain ages. As a kid living that type of lifestyle, I didn't feel very comfortable in my own skin, especially when I started school. I was an easy target for bullies. Every single day, kids would point at me and laugh or call me names. Having that happen made me feel like a loner, so I started getting depressed. I was 7 years old, depressed. 8 years old, even darker. At 9 years old, after 2 unsuccessful operations in an attempt to stop my seizures for good, I lost all hope that my seizures would ever stop. So I tried to commit suicide by driving my mom's car into our garage door. At that age, I thought there was no hope for my seizures to ever stop, so I tried to end my life. After I had my suicide attempt, my mom put me through therapy. At first, I was not very happy about it. In my mind, I thought, what is a stranger going to tell me that's going to change my mind about wanting to kill myself? Then, after a few sessions, I began to realize that I made a huge mistake. If my suicide attempt was successful, that would have left a huge hole in my family members' hearts. Plus, that would have labeled me not only as a kid with cerebral palsy, but as a kid with cerebral palsy that gave up. That would be the last time I would ever attempt suicide. Only a few months later, in June of 1999, my life was changed forever when I met my best friend Kevin. Before we met, I have never known anybody that had the same disability that I had. I thought I was the only one in the world living this type of lifestyle. When we met, I was averaging 6 or 7 seizures an hour and over 156 seizures a day. I was taking an average of 17 pills per day, and my mom knew if these seizures didn't stop, I was going to die. It was Kevin's family that told my mom about the surgery that helped stop Kevin's seizures and where he had the operation. Along with my mother, I flew to St. Paul, Minnesota in February of 2000 to undergo the same operation that stopped Kevin's seizures. Now, that surgery was very successful and ended up saving my life. But the joy of me being seizure-free was short-lived. Following the surgery, I ended up having 2 more strokes back to back, and that night I slipped into a coma when my brain shrunk to the size of a quarter. By the grace of God, my brain grew back to its normal size, and I woke up from the coma 5 days later. For nearly a year, I fought through physical therapy and all kinds of therapy and was able to get my strength back.
What's your life like now since you've been seizure free?
It has changed so much in a big way. It's less nail biting and chaotic. It's still challenging, but in a good way. I'm able to enjoy life every day without having to worry about going to the doctor on a weekly basis. I'm a huge fan about stories about second chances, and that's what I see this as, a second chance at life. I have been so successful since my life-saving operation, but don't get me wrong, my life hasn't been all sunshine and rainbows for the past 20 years. I've made some mistakes along the way. At 14 years old, I had a problem with drugs and alcohol after I learning that my mom's best friend passed away due to a motorcycle accident. I was clean and sober for a few years, but then I relapsed when I was 20 years old. But today I am 7.5 years clean. At 18 years old, I was in a mental hospital with suicidal thoughts, and not a day goes by where I don't ask God's forgiveness for what I did. We all make mistakes that we wish we could take back, but the best way to learn from those mistakes is to move on in a positive way. The best thing about life is we never know what's going to happen in our lives on a daily basis. If we knew what was going to happen in our life, life wouldn't be as exciting as it is. I had to earn everything that I have ever gotten in my life. Nothing was ever handed to me. I had to fight, scratch, and claw to get where I am today. I know that my family and friends are proud of me for how far I have come in life and what I am doing with my life. At 28 years old, I realize I am a very blessed man. I've never considered myself lucky. In my opinion, you don't get where I am today because of luck. What I try to do, sometimes there are times when I look back on my life and I just say to myself, wow. To go from a little boy going from one hospital after another, seeing doctor after doctor, to the man I am today, now that's a long road. What I try to do very often is say thank you to everybody that has played a positive role in my life. People that have gotten me this far. Hats off to them because they went through as much chaos and drama as I did. You know who you are. They are the reason why I get out of bed every morning and live another day. They are the reason why I have a never give up attitude.
Never give up and have faith in the Lord. These 2 quotes have taken Jake a long way in life. This is how Jake Snow, a young man with cerebral palsy from South Central Kansas, has gotten where he is today. He's beaten every odd stacked against him and hasn't looked back.
After everything that I've been through, I still walk around every day with a big smile on my face. Why? Because I know that life is worth living. I know what it took to get where I am today. I don't take anything for granted, and I know what my purpose in life is. One of my best friends from high school recently told me that I am able to face danger and fear without even flinching, and he's right. So if I can go through what I went through and still walk around with a big smile on my face, then what's your excuse? I'm Jake Snow. Thank you for watching.